the honest woodcutter, and the magical lake. In a peaceful village nestled at the edge of a dense forest, there lived a kind and hardworking woodcutter named Ravi. Each day, Ravi would walk into the forest, carrying his old rusty axe on his shoulder. It wasn't the finest tool, but it was all he had to earn a living. He would cut down enough wood to sell in the market and buy food for himself and his family. One sunny afternoon, while chopping wood near a beautiful, clear lake, Ravi's hands grew tired. As he swung his axe down for one last chop, the handle slipped from his sweaty palms, and with a splash, his axe flew straight into the lake. Ravi's heart sank as he watched his only tool disappear beneath the shimmering surface. He sat down by the lakeside, feeling hopeless. "What will I do now?" he thought. "Without my axe, I can't work. And without work, how will I feed my family?" Ravi buried his face in his hands, not knowing what to do next. Just then, the calm waters of the lake began to ripple, and a bright light emerged from the depths. As the light grew brighter, a magical fairy appeared, hovering above the water. Her wings sparkled like diamonds, and her voice was as gentle as the morning breeze. She held a shining golden axe in her hands. "Ravi," she said kindly, "I saw your axe fall into the lake. Is this golden axe yours?" Ravi's eyes widened as he looked at the gleaming golden axe. It was more beautiful and valuable than anything he had ever seen. But he shook his head and said, "No, that is not my axe. My axe is old and made of iron." The fairy nodded, and the golden axe vanished. A moment later, she reappeared with a silver axe, just as shiny and elegant as the first. "Is this silver axe yours?" she asked. Ravi again shook his head. "No, that is not my axe either. Mine was much simpler and rusty, and it was made of iron, not silver." The fairy smiled warmly at his honesty and disappeared for the third time. When she returned, she held Ravi's old iron axe, just as worn and rusty as before. Ravi's face lit up with joy when he saw it. "Yes, that's my axe," he exclaimed. "Thank you for finding it." The fairy, touched by Ravi's sincerity, said, "You are an honest man, Ravi. Because you told the truth, I will reward you." She handed him the golden axe and the silver axe, along with his old iron axe. "You may keep all three," she said with a twinkle in her eye. Ravi was overwhelmed with gratitude. He bowed deeply and thanked the fairy for her kindness before returning to the village. When he told the villagers about the magical lake and the fairy, they praised his honesty and celebrated with him. From that day on, Ravi became known as the most honest and respected woodcutter in the land. And so, the story of Ravi and the magical lake reminds us all that honesty is a treasure greater than gold or silver. When we choose to be truthful, we open the door to blessings we might not have even imagined.